which we are really, yeah, so shook the hand. We did have an opportunity to do a little bit of recognition at the May State Conference and give out some certificates. And so I have a copy. I have a copy of one here that I want to give to you, and as a symbol of our thanks and your achievement. This was, again, we were really appreciative of these particular 7 clubs who I think helped. Of that 45,000, probably at least 15,000 was coming through the Lions clubs this year. And so I just think, all in all, it was a great. We're excited about it. We're already talking about 2023, and I have every confidence that Lawrenceville will be right there, first in line, wanting to get on board.
Oh, definitely.
And tell me that, hey, Fran, we raised, and I know you guys raised over 1,000, and hey, we wanted to do 2,000, 3,000. I'm not talking for Brian, of course, but I'm just saying, I know you'll have ambitious goals, because that's just who this club is. And so,
do we have a date set? Do we have something in mind?
I would say it's safe to say, Catherine, it would be likely similar time frame. Might, I late April, possibly early May, but I think we like that time frame. We're still trying to also figure out how to make it work as a complement to White Canes. That's still kind of something that we've got to look at. I'll also tell you, we're talking about maybe launching a Founders Day next year, and so we're trying to find a date for that. We're excited about that idea because, of course, Lions founded the Lighthouse, so it would be a great opportunity to have a celebration that could also kind of be Lions specific, kind of like the camp does, but this would be. I think the Founders Day kind of does something similar. So we're still a lot of ideas we're kind of trying to plot on the calendar and kind of all make work. But Brian, I'd love to put this in your hands. Maybe we can get a photo of you and I, and if maybe Catherine, you'll do the honors here and get us.
I'll let Bill do it. He's a much better
Okay.
photographer than
All
I
right.
am.
Well, I just stay where you are, Brian, and maybe we can. I'm gonna just
Slide towards you, Christie.
Cheese.
Cheese.
3, 1, 2. Okay.
Cheese.
Got it.
Thank you, Brian. I'll let you take this, and that's. We've sent you the artwork, so if you guys want to reprint a nice color version, you can do that too. And
Very kind.
thank you.
We're hopeful we'll find the real.
Or that too. That's okay, but we can. That's fine. I mean, we can. Either way, you'll have.
I'll forward you that email, Tom.
You'll have-
I haven't done that already.
They say I did.
Listen, we're not worried about that tonight. Tonight, we've
But I have everything you gave.
It's true.
The camera's phone number,
Yeah.
slips
Oh,
of
okay,
paper,
okay,
everything
thanks.
else.
So Brian gave me just a few more minutes, and I just wanted to talk about 2 events and maybe just some general news. So is everybody aware that we're having an open house on August the 6th?
Yes.
I'll let me just go ahead and just, if you don't mind, can I press these down?
No, I don't mind at all.
One of those. Oops, that's right.
For me?
But you are all invited to come. There's no cost. It's free, and it's going to be a really nice celebration. We've kind of changed the hours. It's now just 10 to noon, so at least we're going to get everybody out of the hottest part of the day. We were originally going to have it till 3. But it's cool in the sense that we've got a number of clubs participated in our brick campaign, and so we're going to kind of unveil the engraved bricks that will be right there, kind of in the middle of the Tom and Mildred Garden Memorial. And we've done a lot of work around the garden too, so it's an opportunity to kind of show that off. We've got some, unfortunately now departed past board chairs, specifically Grace Clower, John Winters, who we're going to recognize, and even Haynes Townsend. His wife Donna had purchased a brick, so I think we're going to. If everything works, we'll have representatives for each of those speak, and just to say kind of a few words, and really put their contributions into perspective in terms of what they meant to Lions, what they meant to our foundation and the board. And then from 11 to 12, we're going to do kind of a series of tours. And so honestly, I know I heard new members going to be inducted tonight. This really would be a great opportunity for somebody who's new to the lighthouse, hasn't had the opportunity to learn a little bit about our services, and you'll have a chance to see the recycle center and the Champagne Clinic. There'll be the mobile unit will be there. And we'll have some other information as we'll just kind of take you around. We'll take you around our office and let you see some of all that. And so all that's going to be happening from 11 to 12, and the different board members will be helping do those tours. And so and then it'll come around 12 o'clock. It'll come to an end. So like I said, just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that and that you're invited. We just asked you to register, so we've got a good handle on for parking and for food. So we know, but please consider coming if you haven't registered. So the other thing, real quick, I wanted to talk about, and I know Brian, you had indicated some interest. I know you're a UGA grad, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'm not a grad, but a big fan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have a strong affinity for UGA.
Yes, sir.
But I'm happy to say that once again, we are having our Eating in the End Zone event that will be on Monday, October the 17th. This is kind of a special event too, in the sense that we are recognizing both championships of UGA football, both the 1980 and the 2021. And there'll be appearances and speeches, talks, if you will, by Coach Kirby, Coach Dooley, obviously representing the first team, and then I think Josh Brooks, the athletic director, will be there as well. So we're excited, but I think this is always, I think, just a fun event. I mean, it'll be at the College Football Hall of Fame downtown, and there's certainly different ways that folks can participate. If a club wanted to buy a sponsorship, that's an opportunity. Individual tickets can also be purchased. They are $250, so I just want to be full disclosure there. But the other thing that we're asking clubs to consider would be auction items. I recognize, the cost here is not small, certainly for some clubs too. But if you wanted to, even if you just had an auction item, maybe it's a memorabilia piece, maybe it's, could be a spa package, could be anything that will help us create some excitement in the auction process. We would be very appreciative. In fact, we're even going to do an incentive. You'll get some information here shortly on another email, but we will create like a contest if we can get at least 5 participating clubs to donate an auction item worth $100 or more. We'll pull a name out of the hat and give that club, 2 VIP tickets that are, that's like 350 times 2. So just a little incentive, if you will, to help support.
Doesn't have a timeline.
The time in terms of when it starts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 7. Oh, 6. Okay, thank you.
Where is it, in the little print?
Yeah, it's in this.
Yeah, right.
Right over
Under
the
Monday,
17.
where they have big 10, 17, 22, the red.
But more importantly,
Oh, look, it says it right here.
But more importantly,
I'm used to that.
if you just put your camera on this QR code, all the information you'll need.
So with sponsors, can individuals or corporations be a sponsor? Or just the Lions clubs?
No, you go broad. So,
Okay.
Local businesses, certainly Lions clubs. I know, for example, at $2,500, that also would include 4 tickets too. So that's, that would be.
So does the QR code have all the things that a sponsorship has, like
Yep.
the tickets? Okay.
So that for both sponsorships and if you want to buy a ticket. I think there's information on the auction stuff too. I mean, the auction stuff really is just more straightforward. I mean, it's if you have, like I said, something, or if you know someone who wants to donate a gift, and then depending on the value of the gift, we may be able to credit you back a ticket. I mean, it just depends on the value of that, so.
Not, I know somebody has a lot of Alabama memorabilia. You think that would be appropriate?
Only for bonfire purposes, I'm sure.
I think so, because there'll be, Alabama, Clemson, they're all coming too, man. I mean, let's face it, so.
Well, they've definitely had more championships. So.
Thanks.
Not just the two.
How about just right there?
This is the one time of the year I'm gonna be neutral, you know what I mean? This is all about just coming
I
together.
can hardly wait till 2063.
63.
All right,
40 years.
41 years.
so, I think, and I want to be respectful of time, you've given me a lot here. I just would say that, we are in an active search for a new executive director. I mean, obviously, everybody, I think, knows about Edwin.
Mhm.
He left right before at the end of the fiscal year. There is that search is being conducted by the board. Hoping maybe before Labor Day, we might be in a position to announce somebody. So, but that's actively happening. I think we've got like 400 resumes or something. So
Wow.
that's good. I mean, that's
400 resumes.
I think so.
We can't get people to go to work anywhere else. And you got 400 resumes?
I don't
Well,
know.
that part's easy.
I guess it's the place to be. I
To
don't know.
run a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Get that lucrative pay.
Hey,
No,
the executive director for the foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
yes, yeah, I'm sorry. So
Okay,
yes.
I'm a rookie, so I.
No, I'm sorry. I should, yes, thank you for asking that. So this would be.
Well, do you feel that they're gonna bring a person on that's gonna be on board with the progress that we've made over the past 3 years?
I hope that what I think at least Edwin was doing and that legacy would continue. I mean, I think that's certainly instilled in a lot of the people who are there right now, myself included. So, yeah, that certainly would be my hope, Chris. Yeah. And I think under Edwin's leadership, I think we found a good balance in terms of, really making sure that Lions knew they had a place. They will continue to have a lot of oversight on the board, of course, but I think not only that, but just in terms of the brand, how we present the lighthouse and the Lions Lighthouse and for that. So, I guess that's a little bit of news there. Everybody familiar with our teleoptometry pilot? So we've been, one of the things that we started in April was a way to augment our mobile clinic service. So if you think about our mobile clinics, they work only when we have volunteer doctors in those mobile clinics. Without those doctors, we really can't operate. And that frankly goes for the clinic at Chamblee. So the interesting thing about teleoptometry, it really allows us now to, continue to have the benefit of a licensed doctor doing overseeing the exam, but being able to do that via video and doing that remotely. So, I mean, you imagine going to like a central location, where you might have 10 or 15 other patients who are going through similar services that day. Like a tech person would be doing kind of setting you up, and you'd be doing the different exams. But ultimately, there's going to be a doctor on the other end of that screen who's going to be interpreting those results and making a diagnosis about what your prescription needs to be, based on level of refraction and all the other things that would come with a full, eye exam, pupils dilated, the whole thing. So we're excited now about the opportunity this presents, because no longer now are we reliant on doctors to have to be present to actually do that. But now, using more cutting edge technology, we can see 15 patients like in a day, where before with a mobile clinic, we might have been seeing half that number, because so often that doctor's traveling with that mobile unit.
Sure.
So half their time is really not seeing patients, but just traveling, so it's a big, I think it's a big step forward. And since April, we've already done, I think 10 clinics, probably representing over 120 patients. And I think everything looks very promising that we're gonna be, you know, in a position to scale this up.
So what do you call the, equipment? Is that in the mobile clinic and the mobile clinic just travels without the doctor? Or is the equipment set up at a location and then the exams are performed?
It's more the latter. So think of it as you go to like, if this was a location, all the equipment is here. Much like if you were to go see an eye doctor and
Okay,
in terms of, you know, you'd be having a fraction unit, you might have.
because I think you are the one, he's the one that you emailed about it. Okay.
Well, that's the mobile
Yes.
unit. So
That's the
that's
actual
so
But you mentioned the
teleoptometry.
teleoptometry, say that
Right.
3 times real fast, teleoptometry, and I just did not understand that.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So no, so that's kind of where we're trying to evolve to,
Okay,
because we believe that's going to position us to really serve a much greater portion of Georgians than we can
Absolutely.
today.
and so the people who go to the teleoptometry clinic, do they need to make an appointment ahead of time, or how do you, tell me how that works?
Well, so we're going to be working with partners. There's a term. I mean,
Because you need to have a licensed tech there or to be able to walk the patient through.
Absolutely, yes,
Customer.
no, yeah, so there's a
Okay.
tech on site, and then the doctor you're seeing, you know, through the internet, but, it's, forgive me, it's a federal something clinic where, I mean, these are set up to help patients, not just vision patients, but to provide a broad array of
Okay.
medical services. And these are the folks that we're kind of partnering with, since they already really have the patient base built in.
Mhm.
We don't have to be worried about recruiting.
Or vetting or any of
Yeah.
that. They've already.
So
gone
how
through
do
that
we,
process.
how can this club promote that service to our community? Because we have a lot of underserved kids and families in our.
Be patient. No, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking that, but I mean
know.
that. We're
Yeah.
testing, so
Okay.
we're still kind of, you know, in a sort of pre-launch phase, but at the hope will be that, you know, kind of let's just take the Lions map. So for each of those LION quadrants, we could have maybe a team in place and partners where we can go direct you to, these are the partner clinics that we're kind of working with. A lot of times these are going to be like they'll have multi-units. So,
Right.
Sure.
so that
Okay.
gives us, you know, these partners will give us a lot of reach.
Cool.
And that's how we're hoping going forward. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to eliminate, you know, the in-place patients services now that we offer both through Chambly and then Grady. And I still think there's a role for the mobile units too. So I think, you know, that's something I think as this evolves, we'll better understand. And then, of course, you know, just the role that Lions can play, particularly with vision screenings. I mean, we don't want to have that lost either. You especially play an important role. Just, you know, a lot of the clubs have made the investment in spot machines, but we have about 4 spot machines on site in our clinic that are available to you as well. So if you want to do the screenings, we can certainly support that also.
And we have one of our own.
Great, no, that's perfect. So, but I just really wanted to tell you that is been launched. I think so far we're excited about the initial results and how that can be, I think, scaled up. So, you know, stay tuned and you know, I think we're approaching 2023, this fiscal year we're in now, I think a sense of optimism, and there'll obviously be eventually new leadership in place, but I really do. I think we're in store for a great year, and we look forward to working with Lawrenceville and being on that journey together.
And we look forward to that as well. Thank you so much, Fran, for everything that you're doing through the Lighthouse. The entire team down there, y'all are doing great work.
Hoping you'll invite me back so I can
Oh, absolutely.
give you some more good news about, and really Catherine more about how we can continue to expand our vision services
Yes.
and give you guys access to that too.
Excellent. fantastic.
So thank you for all,
Thank you.
thank you for all your time. I know you've got a lot,
Thank you.
a lot of things to do.
Stick around, we're having cake.
Thank you.
Anyway, before we move on to the future, we have the past, this past year, to, do a little business. Our immediate, past treasurer, Catherine Gibbs, has, taken up the votes for Lion of the Year. And, the floor is hers to announce who that recipient is.
Thank you, President Brian. As the last recipient of this award, it is my honor and privilege to announce the 2021 to 22 Lion of the Year. And over the last several days, I've been thinking a lot about what, we talk a lot about, what qualities as Lions, you would like to have, or you would like to hear, people say, oh, well, that they're a great person, or they do all this or that. But I kind of try to boil it down a little bit. And I, not only do I think it describes the recipient very well, but I think it also describes our club as a whole, as far as the qualities that we all bring together and manifest. Things like being kind, being generous, respectful of others, being loyal, whether it's to a club or to your loved ones, or, those things that you believe in. Being caring, for some of us, being quiet. I do not fit in that category, and I understand that, but the two that definitely describe this person, are thoughtful. I don't think I've ever met a more thoughtful person in my life, and I'm very grateful for that. And also quiet. This person tends to be behind the scenes and not so much in the forefront. So I'm quite thrilled that the club as a whole has chosen to honor this person. And I'm especially thrilled because he's my best friend. I gave you the 2022 Lion of the Year, Mr. Bill Gibbs.
Over here.
One more.
Yes.
Yeah, he actually won a big award with Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A Bowl this past December. He was Volunteer of the Year, so.
You build those trips out of the cycle center.
Are you gonna make me cry?
I was trying not to.
Can I borrow your bag?
Yes.
Me too.
The floor, I give the floor back to President Brian. Thank you very much.
And, first of all, congratulations, Bill,
Appreciate
on
it.
a very much well-deserved, honor. And, a point of privilege, a big, huge thank you, to Lion Catherine, for her beautiful years of service as our treasurer. She has done one heck of a job. It's a very difficult job to do. And she has handled it very well with great decorum. And she's one of my favorite people. And I appreciate her very much, and I know that we all appreciate her very much. And let's give her a very well-deserved round.
Here, here.
Thank you very much.
I will second that because she took over for me and I didn't know Jack. She went through high hell and high water to figure out what my numbers and stuff was, so he deserves 5 plaques.
All clean and headed to Kathy.
Oh, girl, if you hadn't been in the lead, I would have never volunteered.
Kathy, you're coming in smooth down there.
Yes.
You know
Yes,
what
she
you're doing.
is. Yes, she is.
All right, moving right along. We are very pleased to have with us tonight our first vice district governor, Chris Sullivan, who is an excellent Lion. He's also a favorite person of mine, because he is, if you've ever been to any of the district cabinet meetings, he is an excellent tail twister. He gets his job done very, very well. He's great, and I'm looking forward to amazing things from him during this year and in his upcoming year as district governor. But he is very graciously volunteered to help us with some very important business. First of all, we have a new member to welcome into our association officially tonight. Lion Pete is her sponsor. Would you formally introduce her, Pete?
I will, and this is probably the first time some of you have met her, but we connected somehow. I can't remember how it was, but we were met. She wanted to become a Lion, so I went down and talked to her, and she submitted her application for membership, and we all voted on it. And we are so thrilled to have Christy Benefield as our newest member tonight.
Mr. Governor, the floor is yours to induct her.
Thank you. Please come over. Pete, please join me. So before I come to a meeting, do a little research. Like I go out on the LCI page and read down through the members. And I'm so pleased. With the exception of 2 or 3 members. Every member of this club has been here from 2015 or less. It's a young, vital club. Wasn't very long ago that an old stogie in this club complained to me because his club was getting old. And I said, just do something. Well, what am I said, go ask people to join. And he asked Brian. He was meeting over in the, I mean, how many years ago was that?
11, 12 years ago.
Meeting over in the restaurant. And the club was like, I mean, it was like a lot of clubs.
Mhm.
It was confused. It had lost its sense of purpose. It had no direction. And it took one person to come in and say, why not? And the people were so scared. They said, okay. And since then, this club has grown, matured, and takes the lead on a lot of these things that other big clubs just shy away from. Because you guys have the tenacity to want to do what it takes to be a Lion. So just to give you that much of a head start, we are about to join the world's largest service organization. Been around Palm Street. 1917. It's coming, it's supposed to be upstairs. Here, this is something for you. About the book.
Yeah, we did. I knew you wouldn't put it on the card.
Just like, it should have been mine.
In my office.
Will be presenting. Lions Club began in 1917 when a group of businessmen, that's a sponsor.
Pete was there.
We stand over here, right there, stand right there. Hey, come here. Will you stand over here? On the other side.
Mercy.
Lions clubs began in the Midwest, spread to the South in the 1920s. Canada, Windsor, which is directly across from Detroit, was the first international club. And since that time, Lions has spread to over 200 different countries and territories throughout the world. And there are over 1.4 million members, just like you. People who want to be a part of their community and community service. Is that what you want to do?
Absolutely.
You know, we're not like a social club or anything like that. We don't.
Sit down.
We're not like a fraternal club or anything like that. We're a service club.
I understand.
Right. According to my history, this club's been around since 1940. I did find out one. At the end of the year, 2019, somebody took pizza. They had to reinstate him 7 days later. And what did you do so bad that they kicked you out of the club? What did I do that was so bad? It's in the, I read it.
Yes, he was not kicked out.
It says on January 23rd, he was a drop for an other, which is usually just because you don't want to tell him what he did bad. And then on February 1st, they put him back in. That's 7 days.
And this is not a tail twister?
No, this is the truth. I told you, I did research.
I just want to make sure.
He's right.
Okay.
Look,
Oh, now the truth comes out.
I wasn't bad. I left because of, health and stuff like that. Then I said, then I forget about it. I'm going back in. So it wasn't for anything bad or the show down there. Said dropped other. No, I mean, so anyways, I know that we shouldn't allow a lion with merely 11 months of experience to be a sponsor, but in this case, we're going to make an exception. Let's go back to 1987 when I really joined. Now, because they give me 3 choices, it says choose one of the following pledges. Choose one. Pledge number 2. Pledge number 3. All different. Number 2, okay. This is the one where you and I would just ask questions. All right. Remember, when I say I, Chris Sullivan, what are you going to say? Guys?
Christie, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Way to go. Okay.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Fortunately, we're not going to do that one because you didn't pick it.
You said.
But I did want to ask you that anyway. All right, since you have expressed a desire to affiliate with this club and the Lions Club asks you, I now ask you to respond to my words with a simple I do or I will. Do you accept membership in the Lawrenceville Lions Club, knowing that you are encouraged to participate in all the functions of the club? To the best of your ability, will you abide by the Lions Code of Ethics? Do you know what the Lions Code of Ethics is?
But I'll,
That's okay.
I'll learn.
When you learn it. Attend meetings whenever possible.
I will.
Okay, come on, every time I stop, you say I will, okay? To contribute to the programs of the club, district, and Lions Club International.
I will.
You are now officially a member of the Lawrenceville Lions Club, District 18I, Multiple District 18, and Lions Club International. Welcome. Fun. sponsor. I would like for you originally and an application before. That is the beginning of it. As her sponsor, Pete. You okay? All right. Do you agree to mentor your new sponsee for a period of no less than 1 year to see that she attends all meetings as possible, all cabinet meetings and other Lions functions, so as to become fully aware of the breadth and scope of what Lionism is?
I do.
So having accepted this responsibility, I now give you the honor of presenting a pin signifying the membership in our organization.
I present you with this pin as a member of the Lawrenceville Lions Club, and we do truly appreciate you being here.
All right, now, as a new member, your sponsor is your bridge to Lions. Should you have any questions, need to know anything, you should contact your sponsor. It is advisable to speak to them as often as once a week, just to touch base, find out what's going on. So, given that you have taken on these responsibilities, please accept this sponsor pin from Christie. See that? It's recognition together.
Thank you.
Thank you both. New membership is nothing better. Blood, that's right. Okay, have you got a job yet?
Yes.
What is your job?
Are you talking about in the club?
Yes.
No.
So.
I can,
We don't want to scare her off. Give her a couple of days. I'll get it together.
yes.
Well, thank you. Let's give her a big hand. One more thing, we need pictures.
Yeah, pictures are.
Picture with your certificate of sponsorship or what? That on you?
And I can't see that far.
Thank you. You're gonna have to do a big picture.
I don't know if you meant.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna give her the whole pack. Oh, no, not yet. She has to earn that.
But she was sitting down. I thought you were done with her. I'm sorry.
No,
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 it's
she
put your
doesn't
pin
get that at all. Her sponsor, when he decides that she's done the right thing, she'll get her name tag. This is your certificate, suitable for framing.
Put that thing around.
Not.
The other half of it's on the table, Krista.
So you really have to be strong. There you go, sir. Now you got your pin there. I appreciate that. Welcome aboard.
Say, I'm glad she wore her flats, because otherwise I'd really be short.
You have a doctor?
We have, Officer, is our secretary, Kathy Schrader is our treasurer, I'm president, Bill is our tail twister.
You can slow down while I. Ryan,
Yes,
and your last name?
Donegan.
Benevolent dictator.
No.
Donegan.
Yes,
And do you have a first vice president?
we,
No vice president.
No,
we're
All
not
right, and
president.
then you have a treasurer?
Yes, Kathy Schrader.
I don't want to see your fingerprints in that cake over there.
I don't want my finger.
Take the whole
And
thing.
your secretary?
Tom Arnie.
Your service chairperson?
We're working on those things.
Membership?
Pete is our membership chair, as our immediate, as the president before me, Pete is our membership chair. Bill Gibbs is our tail twister.
You have
And we have one of our, board members, Maria is with us, the others are, not present.
You have board members that are present.
That's correct.
They are continuing. There's no new
Yeah,
addition.
we,
Here's more for us.
Okay.
Secret Dakota ring
That's sure.
and the.
So I have president, treasurer, secretary, membership chair, tail twister, and that's it, right?
yes,
You get to put your name out here. Use a pen. Hold on, I have to go to my next cheat sheet. Thank you, Kimber.
You're like the press secretary,
What's that?
like the press secretary,
The press secretary, oh,
White
yeah,
House press secretary.
that's right.
But he answers it. But he answers the questions, yeah.
Right, I don't know, I'll get back to you. We'll come back to that. Oh, that's right, tail twist is one of those ones that they just don't know.
No, it is. Yeah, I usually, if I'm writing.
All right. Bill Gibbs, line of the year, Bill. Please come here to the table. End of the table. Over here, sir, we're gonna do some officer inductions right now. And after you've been inducted, I want you to go stand up against the wall over this. How are you doing?
Speaking.
I never stops. So you have been elected or selected? Were you elected?
Voluntold.
Thank you for being elected into your position. All right, the tail twister is called forward and takes the place next to the installation officer. Is that what you're talking about? There we go. All right. Lion Bill, you have been elected to serve as tail twister. Will you promote harmony, fellowship, fun, and enthusiasm? Draw the members together at club meetings.
I will.
Using your best judgment to assist with club administrative fundraising. Will you perform all your duties as provided by your club's governing documents to the best of your ability? If so, please answer. I will. Sir, you have done those things very well. You'll be allowed to step over to the wall.
Congratulations.
Yep, yeah, back to the wall, sir, back to the wall. That's, we don't have a safety officer? Lion tamer?
he kind of serves as a lion tamer. Without, he has the stuff.
We forgot to put the height thing over there too.
Oh, yeah, for the.
Don't worry about it. One reason, wait till I get the next person. Okay, Pete. Pete Stamson, over here, please. You have been selected. Please come over here. Stand over here. This is like important stuff that we're doing, Pete. You're being installed as an officer. Is this your first time serving as an officer, sir? No, sir. In fact, I have installed a few. Since 2022?
Wow.
Oh, I mean, before you was, probably before you came, when you were alive. Membership chairman. Membership chairperson is one of the most important jobs in the club. This is the person who provides you with the materials that you need to go out there and share with the members of your community. You will get updated materials. Those materials that have yellow covers in your basement, they will get, you go out and get the materials with the blue covers. Over the past 4 years, the North America Membership Initiative, which is now the Global Membership Initiative or approach, depending on which one you talk to, has sparked a growth in membership unseen in Lions in over 40 years. Last year, we came to our first almost net positive year. Lions have shrunk the last 40 years by more than 10%. So to hold the line right now is important. Push it forward, going to be the job of the membership chair. You have a large community. You have a lot of people here that have been born and raised in the idea of volunteerism and service. The only thing they don't know about is Lawrenceville Lions Club. The service that they do to the community. Listen to Fran talk earlier about the stuff that y'all have done over the past year to assist the lighthouse. Tells me that you're ready and willing to do what it takes. Get out there and make a difference in the community. I'm not going to read the little part in parentheses again. I think everybody knows that. Lion Pete, you've been elected to serve club as membership chairperson. You help develop and implement a membership growth plan. When I stop, say I will. I will. All right. A retention program to encourage and assist the club in recruiting and retaining high quality members. I will. Okay. Will you, as membership chairperson, perform all your duties as provided by your club's governing documents to the best of your ability? I will. So thank you and welcome to the position of membership chair. Training for membership chairpersons available this weekend on Saturday to co-ed. Expect to see you. Off to the wall. Service chairperson. Line up. I used to call that secretary.
The lineup here.
But you're on the wrong side, sir. You can't get it either.
Exactly.
The service person is the person who has the ability to report service through my line. Secretary's job is to maintain the records of the club and submit what reports as required by LCI. These two things are separate. They used to be together. The secretary is responsible for all the reporting. It's also at a time when everything was done by paper.
Sure.
So if you can find a good service person, that person is worth the weight in gold, not only to the club, but to the secretary as well. It allows them to keep themselves where they're supposed to be. So lacking a service chairperson, I'll call on Tom Arnett, your incoming secretary. Please come stand here. It's okay.
Who would have been next?
I am Tom Arnett. You've been elected to serve your club as secretary. Will you maintain all of the general records of the clubs?
I will.
Submit as required by district and international association and serve as liaison between your club, zone district, and Lions Club International.
I will.
Will you also serve as an active member of the District Governor's Advisory Committee, attending the meetings of your zone?
I will.
Will you, as secretary, perform all your duties as provided by your club's governing documents to the best of your ability?
I will.
Then you are now duly sworn in as secretary for the Lawrenceville Lions Club. Please join the others on
It's the
the
Lawrence Club.
Lions Club. All right, long day. All right. Fortunately, I need the treasurer, Kathy Schrader.
Yes.
Just so you know, you're supposed to go before the secretary. They think the secretaries, treasurer.
So they need some money.
It's not your money.
Brian,
Oh, that's important to remember. If somebody calls you up and says they need a check for $50 right away, what do? No, so I'll contact the board and see what they say.
Actually, I'll say, I'll call Catherine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, everybody thinks that, oh, if I give a receipt to the treasurer, they'll just write me a check for it. Said if it doesn't go before the board of directors and it's a not approved expense by them, thank you for your donation to the club. So remember that. You know, it's not a job where forgiveness and permission get mixed up here. You need to have permission to spend money. More Lions clubs have gotten in trouble over poor financial decisions and choices than anything else. Your job is a great responsibility
Yes, sir.
because it's not your money. It's the money of everybody who has donated to this club over the years. So you're a caretaker of the highest order. It's like a legacy job.
Kathy, take 2 steps closer to Chris, please.
She's afraid of me.
Thank you.
Not so much, huh? All right. You want to read along with me or just, okay. Lion Kathy, you have been selected to serve your club as treasurer. Will you manage the collection of club dues and be the custodian of all club's receipts and expenditures?
I will.
Giving bond for the faithful fulfillment of duties in keeping with recognized and accepted business and financial practices.
I will.
Will you, as treasurer, perform all your duties as provided by the club's governing documents to the best of your ability?
I will.
You are now officially installed as the treasurer for the oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Along with
It- it-
Catherine.
Is there an outgoing treasurer?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yes.
Would you
Yeah.
please come over here for 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
This is a little unusual.
Uh-oh.
Used to work at Enron.
As an outgoing treasurer and an outgoing secretary, transition between 1 year and the next is important. Financially, it's even more important. Over the past couple of years, I've been the treasurer and then not the treasurer, and it took as long to get my name on the paperwork as it did to get my name off the paperwork. It's not a decision that should be taken lightly. And having found a good treasurer, it is an advisable position to keep one person.
There it is.
All right?
You should stay.
So now that you have accepted this position, I charge you as the person who knows what to do and has been doing these things to be diligent in your training of the new treasurer.
Yes, sir.
To make sure that they are fully aware of everything that they are responsible for.
I will.
Okay, and that everything gets done through LCI in a timely manner.
I will.
And I don't want to ever see a past due amount on Lawrenceville Lions,
Heaven forbid.
okay?
I'm not gonna screw up my.
Oh, we get all kinds of reports. It tells us who pays money and who doesn't. It's more information than you should have. Okay, so now that you have the job of treasurer and you have your little treasurer mentor right here, I expect the 2 of you to work together over the next couple of months to make sure that everything transitions as smoothly as possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your service to the club. Good luck with your new job.
Thanks, sir.
Wall. All right, well, that takes care of the important people. The president this year, Brian Dunnigan, please come forward.
Sir.
You're on the wrong side.
Oh,
Brian,
sir, yes, sir.
you have been elected to serve in the office of president of your club. You are its chief executive officer.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're not the CFO. All right, you're the CEO. All right, don't ever forget that. That's a big difference. Your success is a reflection on your club's success.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now is the time to continue building your club in every way possible, so that may be an example to other clubs. And
Yes, sir.
spread it to the community, the district, and Lions Club International.
Yes, sir.
Will you preside over all regular and special meetings of your club and board of directors?
Yes, sir.
Appoint standing and special committees and ensure their success.
Yes, sir.
I will be.
Oh, I will, sir.
Will you also serve as an active member of the district governor's advisory committee,
Absolutely, I will.
attending meetings of your zone?
I will.
Okay, your district,
I will.
your multi-district,
I will.
and Lions Club International.
I will.
Okay. So will you as president perform all your duties as provided by your club's governing documents to the best of your ability?
I will.
I serve to the wall. These are the officers. 2022-23 Lions year for Lawrenceville Lions Club. Each one of these people has a specific function, but they don't work in a vacuum. They work with everybody else in the club. The nice thing about being an officer, well, at least the nice thing about being a district governor, is you know that you're only going to be there for a while. Officers can stay there for a long time. With the exception of president, the service chairperson can do their job continually. The membership person can do that job. Secretary and treasurers have been known to serve 20 to 30 years with their clubs. So the president is the one who actually does the work of presiding over the meeting. He actually immerses himself in the agenda. He knows what's going on with each little part of the club. The rest of them all have jobs to do. His job is to make sure that you people have something to do. As you go into this year, we're still facing challenges. There are people out there that need our help that don't know that we're there. There are people who need help that we don't think we can impact. But we can. Where there is a need, there is a line. That's a big difference when we serve. Because we serve with something that we could do. It was nice, it said it, but where there is a need, there is a line, makes a difference. Because what is a need in Lawrenceville is different from what is a need in Decatur. Different from what is a need in Stater. And it's different from what is a need in Shannon. It doesn't mean that we can't go out there and make a difference in our community. And we have 5 initiatives. One of them is hunger, one of them is environment. If you can't find a way to fit whatever need there is out in the community under those 2 umbrellas, you're just not trying. And we're only going to make a difference in our communities if we have the ability to, number 1, know what the problem is, and number 2, know who we need to know to fix it. Because we can't do anything all by ourselves. But collectively as a community, we can. One of the things that we've done over the past few years is joint ventures with clubs coming together. And I'll encourage you to find out who the other clubs are in your zone. Contact those people. If there's a treasurer that you know, or a secretary that you know in another club, and you have the job now, you call them up and say, hey, I'm Kathy, I'm over in Lawrenceville, and I'm the new treasurer over here. If you're calling somebody who's been a treasurer at a club for a bunch of years, you know what they're going to say? Now you're going to meet somebody. All right, but we're going to have to make a lot out of a little.
Because we don't have the numbers that we had one day. There was a time when there were how many members in this club, Pete? 60? Back in the day?
Yes,
Back in 1947 or 48 or 49 or 50, when Lawrenceville Lions was the club to belong to. And there was probably 60 or 70 people. Probably 30 of them actually did anything, but you know, they were still, but now, if you're working with 20 people and you got 7 people, it's no different than having 60 people and getting 30 people. So you don't worry about those numbers. But if you can find something out there where you can make a difference, and I don't care if it's a Rotary project, or a Boys Club project, or the Girl Scouts, or the Boy Scouts. If there's a volunteer event out there, I want you to call those people up and ask them to help. We're the Lawrenceville Lions Club, we can bring 10 people. Nobody running a volunteer event ever turned down volunteers. I guarantee you that. But the next time you all do something, and you put a flyer out there, who's going to respond? You know, we've been trying to tell me, be a member for a long time. And it hasn't worked. It's time to do a show me. Go out there, and if there's anything in the community right now that's going on, that you can figure out that you could go and help. And I don't care if it's parking cars out here at the ball games, whatever it takes. Get out there, put your vest on, and help. People will ask. It's supposed to be an invitation club. It's supposed to mean something. You know, somebody's going out there and they're supposed to say, can I be a part of what you do? You know, shouldn't have to beg people to be alive. They should be alive. But the only way they're going to know that is if you're out there in the streets doing work. So I'll ask you to all please sit down. Thank you. Oh, wait, we got to do the handshake thing. Welcome aboard. Thank you, Tom. Mr. Lion of the Year. Mr. Lion of the Years. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, sir.
all right. Well, we got,
Grant had gone so long.
yeah.
Why, do I owe you some money?
This was a very special meeting. I'm gonna offer some grace. But two things. One, I wanted to make sure that we went over the back to school event that's going on Saturday. So that we're on the same page for that. And then we have some cake.
And cupcakes.
Yes. All right, Kathy?
Are we all set for Saturday?
Yeah, okay, I just think y'all just show up.
Okay,
And I think that we talked about doing a table.
yes,
All right, and so that we, and I echo, and I don't, is it district chairman?
he's our first vice district governor.
Oh, first, but whatever. First.
Chris.
District governor.
Chris.
Okay, said is that we live in an age where we have to show people what Lions are all about. And so the more we can show everybody on Saturday what the Lions are about, I think the bigger impact we'll have. Because part of the reason I wanted the Lions Club to be part of this was for the membership drive. And if we show people what service projects we're involved in, like the Lighthouse Foundation, Evening in the End Zone, things like that, in our local service projects, I think we'll be better able to at least get a lot of interest in our club, start generating a buzz.
Yes,
Okay.
What time is this?
Well, the event is gonna be from 1 to 5. I've had people calling all week about, is your event today? Can I, do you have, school supplies available now? And I'm like, it's Saturday. Come Saturday, so, we'll go from there. So I'm thinking that, we need to have an informational table.
Yes.
Okay, so who's gonna be in charge of that? How do we have, what do we have?
Bill and I are out of town.
I guess I'm in charge.
Yeah, that's why I have the file for you.
Okay, just so we have something, some information, some membership applications.
Yellow one. I will check. I will find one. I don't think, Tom, you don't have the table cover, do you?
No.
Okay, it's probably in my office. I will get it to you tomorrow. I'll bring it to the shop.
Okay, perfect.
That way you don't have to worry about it, Tom.
This is what we really hope to avoid.
1 to 5. I'm hoping that we'll have at least 100 backpacks, packed to give away to kids.
The meeting schedule.
Have a barber school there to give some, free haircuts and
Yeah.
trims. I was hoping to have our mobile unit there, but I understand we need to do that several months in advance. What else? Face painting. Food. I'm gonna have hot dogs and hamburgers for the first 100 families that show up.
We have enough supplies,
Is that?
school supplies. How
Not
many?
yet. So people have reached out, how can I, what can I do? So
Yeah.
I've created a wish list on Amazon that people can go on and buy and have them shipped to the shop.
Okay,
So I have, one, friend that is buying 50 backpacks.
okay.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when you do things for kids, I mean, that resonates with the community, so that motivates people. And I'm also encouraging people to, because one of the schools that, or one of the, I guess the schools that we're sponsoring is the Lawrenceville Art Academy and the new art school, for high schoolers, because the older kids sometimes get left out with service projects like this. Everybody likes buying, things for kindergartners and first graders and stuff like that. But like I said, Lawrenceville has a significant underserved population. And especially the high schoolers come from broken families, and the more that we can support them, the better. So, and I hope to have a lot of stuff there for them.
That also on the wish list.
I like paintbrushes I reached out to the teacher at the art school because one of the students is actually an intern at the shop.
Okay.
So I reached out to our contact there and she gave me a list of things that she, was hoping that we could gather for her. Paintbrushes, colored pencils, things like that.
President Brian, I'd like to make a motion that, someone, and I'll say me, make a purchase this evening on Amazon totaling no more than $300 to have drop shipped to Kathy's store towards this event.
Okay, is
Second.
there a second? All right, any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries
Thank you, sir.
and, that is thus approved.
Well, and another thing, and I'm glad that you did that, because what I've been doing is as people have been bringing things, I've been giving them a shout out. And I was actually planning tomorrow just to give a shout out to our club about showing up to help with, everything. And now I can say, and look at what they've done. So,
You got it.
As long as I have a ride, I will be there. Gotta show up and show out.
huh?
Where's your shop?
You know where the old hometown barbecue location, Gunner's Barbecue? I bought that house and turned it into a florist and a gift shop. So we're having that.
Florist.
Mhm.
And your shop.
It's beautiful.
Playing with flowers, instead of people. But we're having the event on the property. It's got a back patio and a back area and a big parking lot so we've already got the flow of traffic, and we're gonna have the Kona truck. We're gonna have this big flower wall where people can take their pictures, and It'll be fun.
Awesome.
A good community event, and I think it'll do well to give us some publicity.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Oh, there is one more thing I want to mention.
Absolutely, Chris.
Madison Lions Club, Phil Smelter is a certified diabetes coach. And what they do is they put together small 8, 12 people support groups. They meet initially over once a week for about an 8 to 12 week period and then continue to meet over a period of time. He is available to teach the coaching program. So should somebody in your club be interested in doing that, he's going to make a presentation Saturday, but I realize y'all not going to be up to this, so.
And the district governor has been made aware of that. But
That
yes,
you're not going to be there,
and that we're not gonna be there.
so we can say anything we want about you.
Well, you said,
Absolutely.
somebody said strippers.
No, I mean, it's Toccoa. I mean, what do you think we're going to get? We'll probably get, let's not go there.
No.
This is a family
It is.
Yes, it is.
organization. I don't want you to get the wrong idea.
No, I
and came
don't.
close over there.
Kathy, anything else? I'm good. Make a motion to adjourn and have some cake.
All right,
Full
Uh,
motions tonight.
well,
Talk about power. She just moved. No second, no approval.
Emotions.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, though.
To Pete.
Okay.
All right, everyone, let's sing happy birthday to Lion Pete Sampson.
How loud do we have to sing it? first?
Real loud.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pete. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
And I'm just finally glad you're old enough to buy alcohol.
At a discount.
I gotta tell you, and Catherine can back this up, but 3 years ago, we had the food from farmers thing.
Yes,
And we worked our buns off this time of year
yes.
over at our church. And we did like how many boxes?
Oh, my gosh.
Over 4,000.
Okay. And it was hot that day.
Well, I bet.
And we were putting things away and Catherine had been out there all day long from 7 in the morning until it was probably 3 or 4 in that afternoon. And she was like wore out. And I was still out there putting away stuff, doing this and doing that. And she said, you need to get out of the heat. You need to rest a while. And I said, if I sit down, I ain't gonna get this done. So then she said, you're really too old to do this. And I said, you don't even know how old I was at that time. And I said, I will be 75 in August the 2nd, in a week, I think it was. And she turned around and she said, I have never had a 75-year-old kick my butt like you have today. Well, it's been 3 years ago, so I'm no longer 75, I'm turning 78. And I will tell you right now, she would probably kick my butt. But those 3 years, I feel more my age than I did 3 years ago.
Do you know that 78 is just 39 twice?
Well, did you know that someone born in 1933 who was 45, 78?
You gotta post that on Facebook.
I think I did already.
I think that was one of those things that kind of
Thank
just,
you, Kathy.
you know, I guess you really need to record all that kind of stuff so that you know what he was talking about.
You gonna save her some cake?
It's all yours.
I can't have it. I'm allergic to nuts. That's
Nuts.
I'm
Well, I don't
allergic
know
to-
why you joined this club. then.
Allergic to
I don't
nuts?
Well, now we know. Now we know.
What other allergies do you have?
Well, let's see, I got tested 3 years ago, 74 items, 72 of them.
Second Thursday of the month.
Like the world, the universe. My doctor said, you need to go live in Mars.
This
I'm like,
year, this month.
Like, go get me a new doctor.
We're doing the gathering.
I mean,
You raised your
I have
daughter
proof of
before you
it.
did this,
Yeah.
before you found this out. So all those foods, just all those
I've
years.
had- And some of them are like really high, the really high ones I know them are too. Obviously, they've been put in the hospital, but some of them are like in the 5, 6 range. And I'm like, bananas, I eat bananas every day too.
No, I was just thinking, I don't know if that
That explains a lot of my
I know
stomach
mine
issues. I have a lot of stomach issues.
My stomachs are headaches.
Okay.
And
On
I
my
think the
face,
only way we're
roll,
gonna
all
move
that
forward
junk.
is another.
I have it under
is gonna
control
be-
for the most
You
part.
and our club can't cover that.
It's part of getting older.
But you do get your buffer.
But I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, I've looked like.
Birthday is August 2nd.
I do.
Like, really allergic to almonds, and eggs and almonds
Oh
at
my
work.
God.
And all of a sudden I got real hot and
We're not getting. a lot
started
of-
breaking out and I went home and
Right.
On actually
took
getting.
a shower, because sometimes a shower just kind of makes.
Yeah.
So I don't.
You know, and I get got in the bed and was like. So I went to the doctor and
It's
they got an
November.
ambulance. I went to
We're
the
seeing
hospital. I was like, what's going
November lines.
on? So.
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
What would you like, though?
I don't.
Chocolate or vanilla?
You fit room full of nuts, but.
Just don't touch me.
No,
I used to work with a guy. He was allergic to nuts.
Yeah?
His mother fed him nuts.
No.
And she knew, you know.
Yeah.
Public Service Commission have elected it.
So this says,
That was the easiest way to do it.
is in good standing until, is there a date I need to put on here? Or do I?
Actually get it.
And I think somebody else
You know,
wants
this
it,
man-
right?
I need to sign
You
it.
need to sign it?
Give him finish.
Just a little bit of
Thank you.
like, we were finding using.
I'm gonna put this in my new office at work.
So I don't know how much
I'm
of
gonna frame
that.
it and put it in my office.
No, there's a small, Christie, do you want
Decided
to?
to go with a different.
One is perfect.
organization, But
Yeah.
Tom,
they did.
did you look at that certificate?
So who's, so which, so
No, I wouldn't.
who's in,
That.
does that take care of that?
Thank you so much.
Is it, it's the,
But it also comes in July of 24 when I go back to being district jail trustee.
Okay.
Official.
I have to look it up.
Yes.
I'm gonna appoint myself to life.
No, I have no problem. I'm happy to do that. I can send you.
Tom, I spoke to my boss, my new boss today,
my phone.
when I had a meeting about the golf
Get
tournament.
chocolate
Yeah.
on the certificate.
That's the chip.
Yes, Dan.
Yes. And he's like, anytime you have
This stuff
anything,
is dripping all over the place.
send
I
it
just
to me.
barely
He
got
wants
mine out
information
there.
about the golf, so
Okay.
he's gonna participate in everything that he can for the most part, so that'd be great. And plus other people that I know, that's a big deal.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I'll be glad.
So you have the stuff, you still have the stuff you want.
I had the email that you sent me, and I'm gonna forward that to him, along with a couple other things I want him to think about as well.
No,
He's like, let me look at it, but he said, I'll support it. So,
No, I want you there.
Lots of you all to get back.
So the 23rd, you're saying.
Thank you, Christie.
you're welcome.
I may call you and ask.
Yeah.
You don't mind helping a little bit? About your phone calls?
I don't mind. Now, I've been wondering, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I have no idea.
I'll take care of this.
And now that I'm moving and all that, that's gonna be, I don't
Put in
know if I
my,
can
my,
participate
oh, if you have any leverage.
Yes.
in a lot of things. And we'll talk.
I get to do those things.
But Terry and.
So it's set up when you start the slideshow that it's.
I know, let me put this in. This is fine.
So. we should not-
You want to take
Right size, shoves them in.
What's that word? Acronym?
I should have.
Yeah.
There should
there
be
not
in
that much
your
acronym.
packet when you have a chance to go through all.
Very
There should be
Very good.
a
I did want to make sure I mentioned that.
for the LCI store. For the
Fantastic. You need a phone number
LCI,
for her?
so when you
Okay.
sign in as a,
Email that to me, that would be fantastic.
sign in to see your LCI account, there's an option to go to the, you can shop.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of freckles.
I'm not.
It's like, something like, why would he?
Right.
But The silk vests are in there.
You want one slice?
I'm trying to remember.
Is that
'Cause
like
I
that?
ordered,
Just the small.
no, you do not. I bought it.
Hey, Tom.
Okay.
I just
Hey,
remember.
Fran.
I bought it,
Send
and I
me
thought
an
I
email.
might want
I took some photos
it
and I
because
have
I
to share with
It's
you.
like 25%.
Is there-
It looks like you're
Anything
capturing.
you buy.
Is there a-
I'm hoping the prices change. Somebody told me they're not.
Just drop me a note.
Unless it
And if
changes.
there's anything else I can help with
Since I've-
as
since I bought
secretary.
mine, mine's new prices.
I assume Ryan.
Thank God I got 20% off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Did Ryan send you the, I sent him the
In
artwork
shop
with the
there,
certificate.
and
You
look,
want
you don't see.
to have a
what-
nice,
if you-
a much nicer version made
Feel like
on
it's
on
out of
good
budget,
cardstock and all that.
Then
Yeah.
let me
Thanks.
know.
No, that's
I'll
fine.
look and see if I can find another supplier.
You'll have to be responsible for the mouse, you know.
We need to get Kathy one.
Okay.
So we may, it may come out
However
better
you
if I
want to
find
display
a
it.
supplier that we can order, because I think Ryan needs one too. We'll just order a bunch of them rather than everybody doing individually. But there are, there's some polo shirts, like this one, I think this one I bought, I bought online, I bought from the shop, just so I have an official shirt.
What was your final count for the stripers? Just a picture.
We're gonna work
Well,
on,
$1,700 total.
Well, that wasn't too bad,
we're
Jen.
gonna work.
No,
on
and you didn't
getting
show up.
new Lawrenceville shirts.
Okay.
So,
That was
I'm not,
somewhere
there's,
that.
it's been so much changeover. I got my shirt.
Probably,
It's
but
fine.
I wasn't doing the stripers day.
Cause she.
The last 2 months, it's been crazy.
I had a couple of people from Statham come over.
So, I mean, like I said, these sport shirts.
I'm pretty sure, did the Gentry show up?
Cool.
Who? Mike and
Put a
Nino?
thing together.
Or was it Nina?
And then just get new club shirts for everybody.
It was two of them. I can't remember the name.
And
And then take those to.
But we had a good time.
Somebody's offering those other ideas.
Hey, Brian, should we,
thanks, Fran.
should we ask people in the community to bring any glasses that can be recycled?
Absolutely.
Because I get to first.
Yes.
I probably have 2 or 3 that people have handed me that I need to get.
Yes.
Hey, a service project.
Bill,
Woo-hoo.
good news, Bill knows where.
Read yourself.
Bill made a few.
Hey, and we got a Leo club that
Parents
is sorted.
Do we have a box that we can put out or do?
We do not have an official box.
Oh, no.
I could send you.
The bifocal thing.
You
I
can
can't
use
stand
any
them.
corrugated box if you want to.
No.
Okay, see 'em?
So just.
No.
You can't see them?
I can, yeah. If I look at them, they got the
If
little
you can
bitty
send more than
ones.
one set. Cause I've got a doctor.
You're supposed to like look around and then go, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, just copy me on that if you don't mind. And I'll make.
Has everybody told you about the website and everything?
We were just talking about,
We get her, does she have her member number already?
I have no idea.
No. I think she should. You
She did, she's in
listed
the,
on the,
she's in the list,
Yes.
because I saw her there today.
Yes, she's on the list, but no, I have not had any suggestions with
Well, like,
Christie.
I can,
We just love when.
you can go out,
The
as
district
district
governor-
governor, the district governor can go out and pull up the club. And I can pull up, it actually shows who the officers are, the members
Yeah, I
are.
can honestly say that it's not
It
on my
actually
checklist.
shows the,
I don't have access to, that's not the club anymore. I'm assuming I don't, because you've already changed to the officers.
someone so time.
The check, yeah.
Okay, so I don't have, I can just look at me.
I think there's like,
It's one of the
there's
nice things when you're treasurer, you get to see the.
Is my number in there?
much more.
good question, Christie.
How's the cake?
It's like a title.
I can send you a roster with everybody's number. How's that?
Okay, yay.
He can, Tom can,
it's, because he has to sign it because he's the sponsor.
Famous.
this will always be me.
You know,
Brought in most of the people in the club.
Don't tell him that, I'll just get a big one.
I
You
actually
can't hear.
live in Loganville and I worked for BB&T for 19 years.
mhm.
So the Loganville Lions Club is how I've heard of them, but kind of not this. I haven't done all this, but just kind of support them and do different things.
Oh, yes.
Skip,
The what?
can't pronounce
Get your
his last
one
name, Lyle.
Somebody walked in right when I was emailing with you today.
Huh?
What's Skip's last name?
I would just.
Skip is the mayor. Or, local, yep.
I can
Riles?
just add that
I
account.
think so. I can never pronounce his last name. Skip.
Okay.
He's the, I reached out,
Bales, is it Bales?
but I reached out to him
So when you Lawrenceville, so he gave me